Hey, welcome back to Cards and Comics, and today I got a video here with two helpers, my daughters, and we're going to go over a box I got in from Check Out My Cards. So you can see the tag here, and there's 263 items in this box, and it's split almost evenly between Marvel Premiere, sketch cards, and art cards, and hockey. And today we're going to do the video in two parts. So the first part we're going to do the art cards and sketch cards, and my daughter's going to help me kind of review those and open those up, and then the hockey cards will be in part two, and they're not very interested in the hockey cards, so we'll do that as a separate video. So we'll get you can see it here. We're going to open it up. Let's see if we got art cards or this looks like a bunch of Marvel Premiere cards, so we'll go through these. And my daughters will kind of tell me their thoughts, which ones they like, what they thought was cool about them or not, or anything. And I'll kind of share. Now, I was trying to put together the full set of art cards. So for Marvel Premiere, that means that there's like a whole base set, and to collect the full set, you get one sketch per subject that's in the set. So there's like, I think, 100 different cards in the set. So you'd have 100 different sketches of each card or each individual. And then we all have kind of our favorite artist. And so when we get to an artist I really like, we'll kind of talk about it. So here's the first one, first card. So Broussard is the artist. It is Angel is the person on the card. You can kind of see it here. And it's they call it triple. So this is a triple sketch. So do you guys like this one? Now the cool thing about these sketch cards is that they have these combos like this. They have sketches on front and back. So here's the front, and then the back is Psylocke. So Rob Broussard, 2019. All right. What do you guys think about this one?
I like the back more.
You like the back more of Psylocke?
Yeah, I like that.
The Psylocke's pretty cool.
The front looks like he has flames coming out of his head.
Yeah, that's what I asked.
But he's flying, so
Yeah,
that's
Well, I understand now.
Yeah,
but
he's flying.
The
Okay.
first glare, I thought there was fire shooting.
All right. Well, I like that one. That's one of my favorite ones. So we'll put that one there. So the next one, I got a lot of interest in when I had them on Check Out My Cards, because people can trade with you and they can do things to try to, or offer to buy cards. And this got quite a lot of interest. And this is, I think, Storm. So this is a quad. And so it's 4 panels. And the artist is Mike Seeley, which isn't one, I guess he's not one of the bigger artists in the set or ones that people collect, just the artist himself. But I kind of like it. What do you guys think about this one?
I really like that one.
I
About
think
the Storm.
That's probably my favorite, but I don't know.
Yeah, I like how he
There's
used
been
the.
2 cards, Riley.
I like how there's like he used kind of the whole space to make the photo, like the face bigger.
I like it a lot.
And then on the back, you can see the full body shot. So.
Yeah, I do like that one a lot.
So yeah, so that's the quad. So that's our first quad. So there's a triple and a quad. Ooh, the next two are going to be pretty special. So one of them is an artist I collect. Another one is an artist I really started to like after seeing the art in the set for the first time. So this next one is by the artist FX, and he goes by the signature FX. It's kind of cool. So here's the back. So it's you got Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Storm, which is kind of a cool.
Which one's which?
So this is Captain Marvel, this is Miss Marvel, and that's Storm.
I like Storm.
So, and then, I'm sorry, not Storm, it's a Rogue. I'm sorry, it's Rogue.
It didn't look like that.
Yeah, that's Storm there. And then this is the front of this is the one that people.
Is that girl?
This is Medusa. This is a human. Her superpower, she's got hair that is like supernatural.
And her name is Medusa?
Her name is Medusa, yeah. She's an Inhuman.
She doesn't
That
have-
makes sense.
She doesn't
Kind
have-
of.
But this full sketch of Medusa, I got a lot of people looking to trade me for this one. So yeah, I had a lot of offers. So I really like the sketch though, and the artist himself is very popular.
He's a giveaway.
And yeah, so we're not doing a giveaway today. So answer your question there. So it's our second quad. So quads, you know, are not as rare in this set as they have been. So, but you know, they kind of made the odds a little bit better on some of the quads and the 5x7. So it looks like most of these are going to be quads and triples. So here is the star of the show for me because I collect this person's art. So this is, for a lot of people who don't know, this is Bella Rashlin. And Bella is one of the more famous artists in the set. So what do you guys think about Bella? And this is her version of Phoenix.
I really like that one.
I really like it. Kind of looks like Poison Ivy.
I don't think
Bella's really known for her work on the face.
Oh, never mind.
And so how detailed she can get, you know, and how she
I like
makes
the hair.
the facial expressions. And
I
so this
really
one
like
was
that
very popular because obviously people love the Phoenix, but having Wolverine on the back makes this one really special. So of my favorites, you know, like obviously this is going to be high because I collect Bella. And so the next one up is one of my favorite artists, but I don't think a lot of folks like the art from this guy. It's very acquired taste because of the. He's very well known for the colors he uses and kind of very strong. I call it the strong lines from the art. So here is. Yeah, Gaines. So this is yeah. So this is the last name is Gaines. I have a hard time reading that first name. What do you think that first name is?
Garrett.
Gareth Gaines. Okay,
Can I see?
It looks like Garrett.
Where?
right here, Gareth Gaines.
Yeah.
So Gareth Gaines. So
That's one of my favorites so far.
So this artist, and we'll see some of his other artwork later. You know, he uses really, really bold colors, and this is the vampire Morbius, the living vampire, and even on the back, you know, he uses this green quite a bit, and you'll see a lot of greens and a lot of these bright colors and strong colors, and so that's why I like the artwork because it's really different than in a lot of other artists in the set. So yeah,
It's
so,
very bold compared
yeah.
to others.
so the only thing that he does that's a little different is his kind of, I know sketch cards are kind of like this, but his anatomy is a little wonky, you know, sometimes. Whereas, you know, a lot of the artists like Effects or you can see Bella, you know, she's very good in her proportions on anatomy. And Gaines is a little wonky here, like with the legs and everything. But I do like the color, so that's why I collected some of his art. So next up is a pretty cool sketch, and I don't know much about the artist. Trying to think how to pronounce that. Arpacy.
I have no clue.
So, for a minute I thought this was Drone, which is, you know, one of the more famous artists in the set. But I really like the preciseness of the art. Like this took some time. You know, if you look at the use of shadow, the light effects he used. You know, on the back, that sketch of Star-Lord, I mean, the colors are bright. You know, and I just think it took his time. So this is a really nice card, really nice art. And again, I think, you know, it just showcases, like, you know, that some of these guys do take a lot of time to make their art. And these cards are really, really, really nice, for what you get sometimes.
I really like this one.
So that one, to me is a very professional artist making a really nice card. And, the art style is very much comic book. Whereas sometimes in sketchbooks you get different art styles. And this one is a very cool art style. Next up is another triple. This one is from Chris McJunkin, yeah. And this is a good example of someone using a very different art style. So he's using a lot of shadow. And it's not as photorealistic, so it's definitely more, say, cartoony, and kind of shadowy. And so a lot of people like this kind of art style. Some people don't. And so in terms of like value, these artists never get as popular, in my opinion, in terms of value. But some people who really like the art style will want cards like that. And so I think it's just a matter, again, art's a lot of personal preference. However, how these cards go, typically the value is based on the subject and then usually how detailed the artwork is. The artists who put a lot of detail in their art typically bring more money. And so for that card, it's probably not going to bring as much. And this is another example of the styles you can get in these kind of card sets.
I like that one.
Yeah, so this is like a triple, so you get 3 different images. I think.
I like how it's a triple.
Yeah, and I like the fact that this art has, it's still detailed, so every image has a background. The number one, my biggest pet peeve when I get art cards from the set is when people don't do backgrounds. Just because all that free space and negative space just makes the cards look really dull. Then on the back, this is kind of when you get an example of like, some of the less detailed art, on the back here, where you got, like the faces are very undetailed. Like I don't think he even finished some of the art here. So I don't know. I don't know if it was meant to be this way. The artist is Carr, or if he just didn't get done, or he had some deadlines to fill. But the front's really nice. The back is a little unfinished looking. So again, I think this is where you got people who really like this kind of art. What do you guys think about that one?
I like the back, but I really like the front. But I also do like the back.
So next up is some art that is kind of classic. What I would consider for example, like if I would say, this is another good example of art, and I almost call this like the Mitch Ballard style, even though this doesn't have the pastel colors that Ballard uses, but it's that kind of team-orientated art that you see from Mitch Ballard. So here you've got Odinson, Thor. I think that's Beta Ray Bill. Sorry. So that's just, if you're a Thor fan, like that is the perfect image. This is another Broussard art, and why his art is very popular out of the set. So I think Broussard really took a step up this year in the art in this set. So again, this is classic comic book style. So what do you guys think about this art?
I really like it.
And so this is his other one that we had earlier, and then you've got this.
I like how bold the colors are.
Yeah, I think
and the faces are very detailed.
Yeah,
everything's really detailed.
It kind of makes it look like it's popped out.
Yeah, then in the back you see Beta Ray Bill and kind of a solo. So yeah, I really dig this art, and so Broussard's work I think really showcases kind of what's really popular in this set. So when people are collecting this set, that's classic. Like this is like kind of what I think they're looking for is art like these two that I have right on top. So yeah, so next up is again I call people who like portraits, and that's the thing about this kind of set is there's so many cards in the set you can collect kind of however style you like. A lot of people collect portraits of their favorite, characters. And so this is Storm, obviously, and this is done by, I think, Hisdale. And you know, I do kind of like the thing I like about this is like how he did the kind of the back. This is kind of almost like the quick sketches you get at Comic Cons, you know, where you just get kind of that profile sketch, because you know the front is so detailed.
I love the front.
And you know, he did the backgrounds, he color faded it in to match her uniform. Just beautiful. I just think this is really nice. And for portrait collectors, obviously, if you're a Storm collector and you wanted a portrait, that's one that's really nice. And the artist itself is not, you know, I'd say an expensive artist, so I think that one wouldn't cost you much money on the open market. So again, that's why this set's really fun too, because you can get these one-on-one art pieces that are very affordable, and you get high quality. Now this is Red Goblin from Spider-Man.
That looks like the Tafiti from Moana.
Tafiti from Moana. And then you got, and this is Langley, and then you've got the Hobgoblin on the back. So from a Spider-Man collecting viewpoint, well, I'm a Spider-Man collector, so that's why I got this card. And some of these I got in packs I opened myself, and some of these I traded for. I believe I traded for this one because I'm such a big Spider-Man collector. And you'll see my next sketch is of Spider-Man. I like this one a lot, so I mean, I kind of put this into my Spider-Man pile here. Yeah, if you want to open them, you can open them for me, Ryan. Okay. You can get the next one. So, and I got some art coming up that shows you sort of the different styles that people have. But the next one is actually Spider-Man. Spider-Man. And so this is from the artist Erico Roland Calmillan. Don't know much. Just use it right here. Don't have to throw it over there. The thing I like about this is like you've got both, I guess, classic Spider-Man on the front in a good pose. I like that he put, you know, the background, the classic web design, and then on the back you got Ben Reilly, and you know, a lot of people are Ben Reilly fans, and so like it's cool to have, like, you know, the double sketch card with, you know, Spider-Man and then you've got Spider-Clone or Ben Reilly. So for a Spider-Man collector, that's pretty cool. What's the next one, guys? All right. So this is really, this is a quad, so this is a big piece here. So if you're a Captain America fan, you know, this art is so busy. You know, he's drawn you know, lightning bolts and the shield and lots of blue, and it really stands out. And this is Kurobi. And then on the back you get this pink, which I think stands out really well.
And it contrasts against the blue.
I really dig this art. It's a little more abstract, so you can see the facial, you know, how it's not, you know, it's not photorealistic art. You know, it's very exaggerated. So again, I think it's a different style art, and I really do like that. And I do believe I got that in a box. Here, Sid, give me that one.
Okay.
So this art right here is that's next is from Rachel Wood. Rachel Ward. Let's see what Rachel Ward, and she's very popular, and she's got some very unique styles, and one of them is this is kind of an anime style. So she's very famous for this style. A lot of people collect her artwork on Marvel Premiere because of it. So this is a reimagined version of Loki. Just one at a time, please. Reimagined version of Loki, and so it's like an anime younger version of Loki. Then on the back you get kind of like the side profile. And so, yeah, I really dig it. I don't know, what do you guys think about the anime style?
I really like it. I like the side profile a lot.
I like the pastel colors too.
It reminds me of someone, but I don't know how.
Yeah, but this is like definitely not traditional like comic book art, and I think that's why some people really dig it.
It reminds me from like that guy from Super Smash Bros.
Super Smash Bros.
Link.
Okay. That's true. I can see that.
I understand.
So here's a good example of some of the artwork I don't like in the set, and I don't mean to pick on certain. This is Alvin Cleopas, and he does some good art, and I've got some good sketches he's done. But this is an example where he's done no backgrounds. You know, and in fact, if you look at the art, we can see some pencil lines for some background that he had started, and he just didn't finish it. You can see him, you can kind of see him up here a little bit. I don't know if I get the light, shadows, but there's some pencil lines right here where it looks like he had started some backgrounds and never finished it. And so, yeah, it's just, I mean, in all honesty, you know, it's very bulky too. Like it's very blocky. It's not very detailed. No backgrounds. And so this is what I call, like, you know, if you get this kind of sketch in your box, this is like where you're kind of disappointed. Even the circle on his chest, I mean, you know, that's just not even got any filled in marks. So this is not.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I consider like
They should have it like very.
Yeah, it's just very undetailed, and to me, like, it's not something that in a box that costs the money that this product costs. I just feel like it's definitely the low end of the sketches you would get in this kind of product. Next is Spiderman and Venom. This is by Marco Caprillo, and it's okay. You know, I like it's playful, but again, it's not very detailed. You know, I think it's very classic Venom Spider-Man type of fighting. But you know, like a lot of the things that people kind of hang up on in this artwork is like hands and feet. You know, obviously the hands and feet aren't detailed at all. For Spider-Man there, he just kind of blobs at the end of the fit, you know, and then here the Venom logo isn't even like it's just like a blob of white, you know. I just think, again, it's better than this art, but compared to like the art you want to get out of this stuff, you know, like even compare these two Spider-Man sketches, which are both triples. I mean, obviously you're going to want this detailed artwork. Again, you know, for me, this is the kind of artwork I like. This is a little bit too, I call like unfinished for what I like.
I like the front better, but like I like the other one.
It seems like a sketch.
Yeah, well, these are supposed to be sketches, but some of these artists just put a lot more time into it. And then my first Spider-Man quad, and I really, really do like this art, even though it's a little different than it's Peter Clinton. And I just like it because it's such a huge action scene. I mean, on the quad, you can do a lot with it. And what do you think, Sid? You like that one?
Yeah, I do like that one. I like the background.
I like it where it's like white, where Spider-Man's kicking the dude.
Kicking him in the face. I like the purple. I do agree with the background. And then the part that sold me on it was just the back. You know, that scene. You know, it's a cool, like, that's just like a cool visual of a back. You know, I just like the fact he thought to do something a little different for the back.
I actually do really like that.
Instead of just doing like a normal, like, you know, like another portrait. And you see like a lot of the artists on the backs will do like a side profile. You see like a side profile or another portrait. You know, you'll see like that. You know, so he could have very easily done a side profile of Spider-Man, and people have been like, oh, that's cool. But he did this kind of, you know,
Who is that dude?
Dr. Octopus versus Spider-Man.
I really like that side.
So I think it's just like kind of, it's cool. You see this big fight scene here, then you kind of see this different perspective. It changed kind of angles on the camera a little bit, and it's just kind of cool.
And I like that it kept the theme within the same, kind of like how a comic book strip would go.
Yeah, so I think it's cool. So this is our first one. All right, so now we're going to start looking at the singles. So those are the quads and triples. Here's the single cards, and this is why I was talking about building a full set. So I'm trying to get every character in the set. It'd be nice if they actually numbered the art cards the same as they numbered the regular cards in the set. That way you could kind of put together a full set of art cards. I know they want to call them 1-to-1s versus you know, the full or the number that the card is in the set, but I think it would be cool if they did both. So all right. So here's the first one. So this is Ghostwriter. So what do you guys think about this one?
He's
That's
creepy.
cool.
It's just kind of the face, but I like the way they did it because it's very.
He reminds me of the tree dude from like Star Wars or whatever.
From where? Groot.
Yeah, Groot.
So this is Rodrigo Catrica.
Yeah.
And so I like it. I think this is a cool one. I like just it's very evokes a flame very, very nicely, which is Ghostwriter's head. So next up is Old Man Logan, which I believe Old Man Logan was a bonus card, so you had to get the full set, or you had to get like the way the E-Pack set runs is if you get so many of the other cards, you unlock other cards you can get as part of the set. I believe Old Man Logan wasn't in the actual base set, so he was a kind of a bonus card.
I like the name Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan. So this is Wolverine, but his human name is Logan. So this is kind of like there's a whole storyline about Old Man Logan in the future, and I think and a lot of people like that storyline. So
He does not look like a Logan.
Yeah, and this is
Josh.
Mike J. Seeley art, and so I really dug this one. So this is one I really liked, and then so this is Gareth Gainey. This is another card from him, and this epitomizes why I like his art, because this is just so bright and colorful. This is red Goblin, but compared to his you can see his other art, the quad, the Morbius. You can just see how bold the lines are and just how he uses color, and I just really like his art. So big fan of his art. So every time I would get a chance to get one of his cards in the base set, I would. And so for my red Goblin, I got the Gareth Gainey, and I was super happy with it.
I like it. It's just there's a lot of curvy lines. Like when I first glanced at it, I couldn't really tell where it was.
What it was, yeah.
I like the brightness of it.
I just like the angular. It's very angular too, which I like as well. So here's Hawkeye. This is from
Looks like a prison.
David Hind, which is I have a lot of actually Hinds I think in here. So I think he does a real. And so with these kind of base cards, I do kind of like the portrait style where it's just kind of like a photo of them. They're not a lot of action because it is kind of like their set card. So David Hind does a lot of these really, really nice. And I'm a big fan. And so here's Hawkeye.
He looks like his name would be Garrett.
Could be. So there's Claw. And again, this is David Hind. So you'll see some of his art. And again, Claw is not my favorite character, but obviously he's part of the base set, so I have him.
Oh, I like that one.
Here's my Hulk. And yeah, I like the fact that he put some background in this one. And it looks almost like the Amadeus Cho version of Hulk. This is Gianni Rico. And yeah, I think it's nice. I mean, I think the face gets a little more detailed, but other than that, I mean, for a small, you don't have a lot of space to work. I think it's definitely.
I feel like it's boring.
Yeah, you could say it's a little boring, but I think it's nicer than some. So you'll see some worse. I do think this is a really nice one, the Mighty Thor. So this is the female Thor that was popular, and this is Giovanni Rico again. I really like this version of Thor, and I think he did a great job. And again, I do think he did a lot more detailed work on this one. You can see he does like to do some background, and I like the fact he did some lightning effects on the hammer, and looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like it's glowing.
He did a really good job with the coloring,
I
too.
really like that one.
I do too.
Yeah, of all the detail work, that's probably the most detailed we've seen of any of the sketches so far.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Here's Ant-Man, and I think this is this is nice. Giovanni Rico again. And I don't remember getting so many of his cards, but sometimes I got him as just part of opening boxes. So, and if it was a character I needed, I just kind of kept him for the set. It's okay. I mean, to me, it's what I call like an average sketch card in the set. Ant-Man's hard to do cool stuff with, I think, a little bit. Here's Captain America. I wish I had a better Captain America, in all honesty. This is Christ Tanishi. I don't know. It was a very long last name. But, yeah, it's just, I think this is definitely boring. Just kind of like, it's very static. The face kind of like, not detailed, and yeah,
It looks
just
like a classic one that you would see a lot, like the pose.
Oh, she was like doing something like.
But I really like
one.
the highlights.
yeah,
And
yeah.
she was doing something like the Spiderman.
Yeah, so like for the big characters, I wish I had gotten something a little, a little bit better for the base sketches. So here's Captain Marvel. It's okay. Again, some of these base sketches are,
His hair looks like that.
well, it's a girl, and she has very short hair, and she can. Carol Danvers has a lot of looks, so this is like her Captain Marvel kind of more modern look.
Yeah, it's like that.
So
Did you not know Captain Marvel?
Frank Fidesz is the artist, so there we go. Next up is Emma Frost. This is it's nice Emma Frost. I like this high profile. I think this is Maurice. Yeah, I can't read the last name, but. Very, I think it's enough detail work in this one that I'd say this is nice. What do you guys
I
think?
really do like that one.
Yeah.
I like the hand position. It makes it a little bit more interesting to have hands
Doing something, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Versus being just like kind of blobs at the end.
Yeah.
Moon Girl. So this is
I like her.
I do too.
Rich Hinneman. I like his sketches for the base set because he does a good job with facial expressions. It's like the fact that her facial expression is very nice.
What's your superpower?
She looks like Doc McStuffins.
She does look like Dr. Stuffings.
She looks like Dora.
So here's another Rich Hinneman. This is Miss Marvel. I like how he kind of made her fists big because one of her superpowers is to be able to stretch. So you get a little bit of that effect. What's that?
What was Moon Girl's superpower?
So she's in a comic book called Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and her power is she can summon the Devil Dinosaur and control him. So she controls a dinosaur. Miss Marvel, again, I think that's a really nice sketch. I like the facial expressions. Again, that's what Hinneman does really well. And then here is, again, David Hind again. And again, he does some really good portrait work. So this is Squirrel Girl.
I thought that's
Very
what that
classic
was.
Squirrel Girl look. And he even took some like Synapse, and I think that's one of the best sketches I've seen of Synapse, honestly. And that's David Hind again. And then, this is that's what I like about him. He even like Grandmaster, which usually has some of the worst sketches because nobody likes Grandmaster as a character. That's an awesome sketch. I mean, like he did a lot of look at that face. I mean, that's like that's a really detailed face.
I really like that.
It reminds me of Jack Frost.
The nose is very.
It's just and then here is another Captain America. So obviously I had two Captain Americans. So this is probably the one I would keep in my base set, the David Hind, because it's obviously a little more detailed. I wish he would have filled in the rest of the background because that negative space, yeah. It's just but this part of it, the face is just awesome. All right. Next up, Silk. So this is part of the Spider-Man universe. Irma Ahmed. I think it's good.
Yeah, I like it. I like that she's wearing a mask.
Next is Dr. Voodoo. I don't know, not a big fan of the character, but I do like the sketch. And that is Keith Akers. I think the sketch is really cool.
I do too. I like the eyes. It looks like it's kind of glowing
Yeah,
because of the choice of.
And I like the fact he put the skull. Look how he did the skull in the middle
Yeah.
of his hands. That's just cool.
So you can make out the shape of it, but it kind of goes with the.
So here's another Squirrel Girl. So this is Jalen Warner. And this is kind of a more angry, or I guess bold Squirrel Girl versus the David Hind. But
Yeah, the outline's very thick. Well, thicker.
here's another Captain America, and this is definitely not one I like. Just the face just doesn't look right at all.
I kind of like it.
I like his use of the shield is cool, but yeah, I just don't really like. He doesn't really look like.
I don't like the face either.
Yeah, so that's a Jalen Warner. And then here is Ivan Rodriguez, Black Panther, and I think that one's really nice. Just good use of background.
Rodriguez?
Ivan Rodriguez. And then
I like that one.
here is or Yvonne, another Yvonne Rodriguez. I really like this Punisher just because how cartoonish the face is, and I like the fact he shows him beat up. Good expression. So this is I like this style of art, and so you can see why I've got a few Rodriguez. I got another one here. This is the Drax the Destroyer. I like his expression.
I like his face. I love that one.
Here's Gufur, and this is Star-Lord, and I think
That's really cool.
this is a really nice.
I love the pose.
Good pose, really nice. Now this Dr. Octopus
I like the character in general.
is awesome. Like this guy, it's a Cataclacton. His art. This is just super detailed. And again, this is what I like about these, like some of these artists that you don't hear about too much. Just sometimes they turn in just these amazing sketches, and this is super detailed. And I like the coloring. It's just awesome. Like the background, you can see more of the tentacles. So it's about as good of a Dr. Octopus as you're
I
getting
really
this
like
set.
that. It's very comic.
Was that the same one from Spider-Man?
Yeah, that's a Spider-Man sketch. Yep. And here is Nerp.
Nope.
Nerp.
Nope. It's kind of dark.
I'm not a big fan of this one just because it's so monochrome. It
I
just.
like the fact it's monochrome.
And then the facial expression looks just a little weird. I don't know.
Yeah, the top lip thing.
Yeah.
I think it's just because
I
I think it's because the skin blends in with the teeth. Like the
Yeah.
color's similar, so it's hard to differentiate the.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one.
I like the card itself, but I don't like the facial expression.
Yeah,
All right,
I would agree on
so here is I like artists who do this. So this is Timothy Gathers, and this is Ironheart, and he sketched over the logos, and so he gave himself more room to do more art, which I really like. So this is Gathers Ironheart, and then he does it again here. I think this is Gathers again. Yep, and this is his Phoenix. Now on this one, I do kind of wish he'd used more like he would centered or had more of Phoenix's uniform, because I think that would have been cool. But just like his use of space and color is really cool on Phoenix.
Yeah, I really like that one because I like the angle.
Now, and here's a Ekenhaj. I like his the way he does his art, because you can see where he's doing this kind of two-tone coloring scheme, and just how angular everything is. I just really like that style. It reminds me a lot of like the Batman Animated Adventures art. So really like that Falcon. And then
I don't know how to explain it. It looks like clear, like clean. It looks like a very clean drawing.
yeah, it's a lot of clean lines. Like the lines are so perfect. Like he just everything is proportioned perfectly.
Yeah, because like if you compare it to other ones, like the lines are very clean.
Yeah, he definitely measured all that out really wise. And then here's like probably I think my best sketch from the singles. This is Venom.
Oh wow.
And this is Ekenhaj again, and like he's just a superb artist in terms of, calculating how much space he has to work with and making everything proportioned right.
I love
inside
the
of that
choice
space.
of like scratches instead of making it like gray.
Yeah,
Scratching.
it's really, I like the texture of the skin.
Yeah.
And I just really like it because like it's just like the position and everything makes it look interesting, and like it uses the wow factor.
Yeah, this was the one that I had the most interest in terms of my singles from collectors trying to get cards off of me when it was on EPAC. Gamora, Gamera, however you want to say your name, Martos.
I've always heard Gamora.
Gamora. It's a good one. I think it's perfectly fine. Detailed, shows her weapons, just, get some background. Here's another claw. Again, not as detailed of art. It's a little...
The mouth looks a little wonky.
Yeah, it's not as, finished looking. This is from Adam. And, just good. And then I think this is from... Yep. Sorry. I guess Adam. I thought it was a Dom. It's Adam, the artist. And again, Black Widow, and I just think the face is just not proportioned right for the rest of her.
I really like the card and stuff, but like I don't like the lines.
I like the eyes.
Yeah, I think the eyes are too big for the face, so it's
I
like
don't
a
like her
little.
hair.
Yeah, it's a little wonky for me.
It's like
So,
jiggity.
but it's not the worst. I think I got definitely some worse sketches in here than that. Rocket Raccoon. This is from Irma Ahmed again, and I think that's a really nice one. I like that Rocket Raccoon. I like the colors.
I like the choice of character.
Now this is another Ironheart, and this is from Ahmed, and this is what I think is so funny is look at this Rocket Raccoon. You get everything is really nicely proportioned. Then you got this Ironheart. And like I don't know what's going on with that face, but it's not proportioned right.
Yeah, like that mask.
Like that right and left is not the same.
Who's that supposed to be?
Ironheart. It's like a lady version of Iron Man. And
like,
I mean, there's nothing.
Those two heads, like, I guess
There's just it's just like proportion just wrong.
The mouth is like too far down. I think.
Yeah.
It's
just not a that's the thing with these sketches. And I know they don't have tons of time. They get paid a ton of money for them. So I get it, but there's some are better than others for sure.
The forehead wasn't brought down enough. I mean, the eyes were like weird.
I just think that there is something wrong with the head.
So we're getting into like duels. I guess this is my first duel. Interesting, it's in here. So this is Kurobi, I believe, and this is Quicksilver, and it's cool about this because when you see it online you can't see it, but he used silver paint. You can see it reflecting there a little bit, and I like it a lot.
Ooh.
And I like how it looks like motion,
card.
and it's just awesome.
I like how it gets bigger, like the perspective of the hand getting bigger throughout the card.
Yeah, this is just a really killer sketch. For a duel, this is like a lot of people don't like Quicksilver is not the most popular character, but this is awesome. And the one thing I didn't even notice when I first saw it is that he's catching bullets.
Oh yeah.
And it's just a lot. That's just a really cool way of showing off like a artist skill there. More singles. So going back, here is Red Wolf, Native American character.
I really like that. I don't know if it's just because I'm in like a shoe or something, but I think I really like that card.
So artist Soria. It's okay. Again, I don't have.
I just wish like the shadows were like the hair. I can't really see the face.
From Benifer. This is I like this a lot. This is one of my favorite Jubilees. I just think it shows her like doing I like the expression on her face. It's just
I like how it's like softer. Almost,
yeah, I like the pastel.
Harsh lines.
I really like that one. And
yeah, that's a really nice
really cool.
Jubilee. This is I like the colors on this one. I can't tell who the actual artist is. Just really nice colors. I just like I like how like he just went with it, and it stands out.
And the lines are like bold and clean.
Very familiar to Gareth Gainey's work, but it's not him. Here is Miles Morales Spider-Man, and again, kind of wonky there with the webbing and the face there, so not quite.
I don't like the background color.
Yeah, orange with the. Then here is David Hines' version of Spider-Man, which is okay. Again, like black suit Spider-Man. It's kind of a cop out. This is probably one of the easiest sketches you'll ever do in this kind of a set. Very little detail, even though it's a Hines, which I really like his art. I think he kind of copped out there a little bit with that sketch. I know they got a quota, but not my favorite Spider-Man.
Boring.
Here's another David Hines.
I like that one a lot.
I really like it. I think the
or
lips
Hindland,
are really
maybe.
The lips make it look really nice.
Yeah, sorry, I've been seeing Hines as Hindland. I knew that was wrong. I don't know why I was saying that, but here's his Rogue, which I really like.
I think the lips are really nice.
Here's Pepe, which he does some really good work. Here's his version of Voyager, which it was hard to find a good Voyager sketch, so I was happy to get that one. I really dig this one. And then this is Pepe, and this is kind of my favorite. When I got this sketch, I was super happy just because I like Adam Warlock as a character, and there is probably not a better Warlock sketch that's out there.
Oh yeah, that's
Like that's just.
I like it how like his
awesome.
clothing is like a midnight sky.
and the cloak kind of looks like it's like looking into like outer space.
Now here's getting into the sketches that are not my favorite. Some people really like this kind of style. So this is Soto, Omar Soto. Super. This is definitely like Batman adventures type art. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's Domino. It doesn't really look like Domino. Looks like,
I really like it.
yeah, but it's a different style. I call it more like a kid style artwork, and for me, it's not
I feel like
the best, but it's okay.
I feel like you would see it in like the Archie comics. Like
Yeah.
it kind of looks like what Veronica.
Yeah.
Then here is Jason
But
Sobel
if it
and.
would be like in those, like,
So these two Jason Sobel sketches. Now I don't mind the Valkyrie, but the Killmonger with the orange is so light. It's hard to. It doesn't. It almost looks like a stamp, versus actual sketch. But
yeah, I like the blue one better than
Yeah,
I think
I
it
like
would
the
have
Valkyrie
been
better
wiser
than
to go with
Killmonger.
one that was darker, so you could see
Yeah.
the
but it's a different style. I get it.
details.
yeah.
So and then this is a really nice Kingpin. I think this is kind of classic. If you're going to look for a classic Kingpin art, this is what it's going to look like. And moving on.
Last bunch.
Yep, getting into our last little bunches here. So here is a Marcia Perkins Beast. Very colorful. I like that.
Ooh.
The blue Beast.
I like that even though it's blue, you can still see like the
Yeah.
detail on
Ooh, look at this guy. This is a really nice Colossus. I'll make sure this is from 19. This is 17. So I did get some 7. This is what kind of threw me off a little bit with the logo is I did get some 2017 premiere sent to me too. So these are both from 2017. I like that Colossus. It's from Paul Hill. I think it's just it fits in. I like the silver with the Colossus. Again, I think this is another 2017. That's Ultron from Arias.
I honestly don't like the last card that we just showed because I feel like
This
we
one?
should add, no, the other one.
That
I
one?
feel like there's more texture to the body.
I like it. It's
I don't.
simplistic, but I think it works with that one.
In 2017, I got a lot of Colossus cards. So here's another Colossus card. So it's really different with the beard. I never knew how Colossus could grow hair with his body being metal. So this is always one of those quandaries I had as a kid. War Machine. It's okay. Ravenwolf, Monica Ravenwolf.
I really like it.
Yeah, I like the use of color.
I like
Nice
the
background.
shading.
Shading's really nice. Here is a duel. So, kind of a.
I love that one. I don't know why, but I really like
So this is Chameleon, and then it shows kind of the face he was wearing, which is J. Jameson's from.
I love the double
So,
cards. I think they look super cool.
so that's a double. Here is a double. Here's Electro. So this is from the Sinister Six. So, Immaville. So I think these are really nice. So you got 3 of the Sinister Six: Vulture, Mysterio, Electro, all on one card.
I saw Mysterio in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, he was in the latest Spider movie. And here is Eric Marshall. So here is. So this is I kind of like this one. This Black Widow with the Spider-Man in the background. I just think
Yeah.
it's really funny. I think it's for a Spider-Man collector, it's cool. But why is Cyclops on the back? These are like Cyclops and Spider-Man really don't go together very often. But throw him
I
into
really
my
like that
little,
card.
my little pile. I just like the Black Widow though. Here's a really cool Spider-Man sketch if you like the villains. So here's a really nice Shocker duel. So here's the portrait, and then I love that
That's so
version
cool.
of the Shocker.
That's really, really cool.
That's really cool. So from a Spider-Man collector, I
I
really,
love
really
how
like that one.
it's going up and down and not like.
So again, here is if you're a Captain America fan, Yeah, here's Crossbones. That's a really cool Crossbones sketch. And then you got the Red Skull.
I love it how they use the white and make it so bright because there's a lot of color around it.
Probably my most most popular sketch when I had the Duels up was this Phoenix with I think Wildcat on the back. But yeah, this is like a lot of people like these kind of pastel full portrait kind of
The
cards.
lighter color ones. I like how the
Yeah, I like how the colors are more dull because it makes it like.
And last but not least, a Spider-Man duel from, and I like that pink pastel. And then, but the back,
The pig
Spider Pig.
Oh my god.
Or Peter Porker Spider-Man.
Peter Porker.
So sorry, I didn't mean to call him Spider Pig. That's Spider Ham. And yeah, and there is very few Spider Ham sketches that come out in this stuff because. In general, the way this works, you know, they generally stay with the characters that are part of the base set. So Spider-Ham has never been part of the Marvel Premiere base set. So very few artists will sketch him. The only time you can sketch outside of the main characters is when you do the duals, triples, and quads and the 5x7. So you won't see a very many, but a lot of times the artists will just stay with the main set character. So I was very happy to get this. I actually pulled this out of a box, and you would not believe how many Spider-Ham collectors tried to get this from me when I first had it. So I was very happy to get my own Spider-Ham.
I really like that one.
So that's it for the singles, and then we'll move on to the 5x7s, and that'll be it. All right, so we're going to end the Marvel Premiere collection with a look at the 5x7. So these are the 2019 5x7s I was able to get through trading or through pack opening. And so here's the first one. This is looks like Fedora Jr. Moro Fedora Jr. And it is I believe it's Abomination.
I love how detailed it is.
It's very detailed, and if you're a monster collector, you know, from the Marvel Universe, this is obviously one you really would like. I'm not a big fan of the character or Hulk, you know, lore in general, so to me it's just, character-wise it's okay, but I do recognize it's Abomination, I believe. And so I just, it's cool. I do recognize that it's a really nice looking sketch.
I don't really like it.
So next up is from Marillion Sheep, and it is Hulk. And yeah, to me it's good. Not as detailed, you know. You got a lot of canvas there to work with, and to me, I think it's just it's adequate. So it's not my favorite. What do you guys think?
I like it.
I don't.
But I think things like this aren't as strong with the softer technique. I think like things like Hulk would benefit from having like really powerful ones.
Yeah, and like he's doing something really boring. He's just like standing on a pile of rocks.
I wish he had like more bold and I don't like the pants because normally Hulk has like purple pants.
That's true. You're right. Hulk has purple pants, and those are kind of pinkish brown. So the next one up is from the artist Kara, which is a very popular artist on the set, and this is very similar to you know, some of the art that you see on there that is popular. That's the pastel colors. You know, it's okay. It's just the detail is so low on this sketch for as much space as you have. And they kind of mailed it in with the clouds, you know, around. I mean, so if you think about it, this could have been done in like half the space and still have pretty much the sketch be what it is. Yeah. So you didn't really take advantage of the space. And then you got this kind of weird, just, you know, like doodle for no reason.
I think it would have been better if the face and like the person itself had more detail, and then the back was kind of more of the light color.
It had more bold lines for the person, so background would pop out more.
Yeah. So
I think it'd be better.
That's an example of like, you know, like kind of a minimalist sketch, and then you get something. Then the people who open this stuff really, they look for stuff like this. So then you get this Magneto, and this Magneto just is like, in your face, Magneto. Like, I don't know if you could. This is from Kurobi, who does amazing work. His art should be worth more, I think. But yeah, this guy does tons of just detail, and yeah, I mean the colors are perfect. There's motion going on. You can just get a feel like this is just an awesome, version of Magneto that you would want. So I mean, you compare those two, and very static, very minimalist versus kind of over the top. And in general, this is what people want when they open this stuff. They want something that's very bold and in your face. Another style, I'm not a big fan. I mean, it's Green Goblin. I'm a Spider-Man collector, but the part that gets it for me is, besides the wonkiness of the body and how the legs and arms are attached in a weird angles, is the glider. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, I mean, he barely put any detail into the glider. I mean, it just doesn't look like a finished sketch. I just feel like it. It is what it is, but not my favorite for sure. Some nice colors. Here's an example when I say like people don't finish the backgrounds. So like there's Ant-Man with just white behind him for really no reason. And you can see he got an outline here of something like blue, but then that just was never finished.
What I don't like about it is because they use the same colors for the background as they did for like his helmet and other things, so like it just kind of blends in.
Well, I mean, for me, like the thing that's bad about this sketch is that the Ant-Man is drawn perfectly. Like that's a great drawing of Ant-Man, but then 40% of the card is white. So like if he'd have put some kind of crazy background, it would have been fun. This would have been a great sketch, but it's kind of like halfway there. It's like the half of it's great, half of it's just blank, so to speak. So this is Eileen Commodore, and she did a great version of Mysterio. And the what I like about this is just how it gives you the illusion of just like how Mysterio battles, where he makes himself appear like big and
where's his mouth?
And well, he's in a bubble, like he wears a big giant helmet.
Those his eyes?
No, that's just what's holding his his cloak on.
Oh.
I like the size difference. Like you mentioned the Spider-Man looking super tiny.
Yeah, I think the only thing that could have made this sketch better is if the Spider-Man himself was more detailed, because you can see like the legs and the arms are kind of proportion weird. Like this part of it's so detailed and awesome, then the Spider-Man looks kind of wonky. But other than that, I mean, obviously, it's still really awesome. So here's another card that obviously is going to be my favorite probably through here, just because I love the artist. But this is Bella Rashlin and her version of Black Panther, and this one actually I think was you kind of saw in some of the preview. Do it again. So obviously this is going to be one of my favorite cards, Bella Rashlin. This was kind of shown in some of the previews for the set, I believe. So this is like the level of detail in the actual Black Panther is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and the other Black Panthers, a lot of times there's just like a straight black with like not a lot of shading.
Yeah.
So I liked how it's not just like one shade of black with like a few white highlights.
Here's a kind of a cool Guardians of the Galaxy, I guess. Kind of an old school
it's cool.
Team photo here. This is from Mike Kennedy. I think it's cool. I mean, it's just like a bunch of characters I don't really know much about or care much about. So it's cool. I mean, if these were the Avengers, we'd be all like, this is awesome. Or the X-Men. So it just falls into that kind of category of just being a cool card. This is Marco Celix. This is this is Iron Man. It's cool. I like it. It's good detail. It's a portrait, just like the next one from Sean Jangley, which is a Spider-Man, which I like better. I do like the fact that he put a background, whereas the Iron Man is just nothing. Here you at least get some skyscrapers. and some feeling of emotion. So that is all of the cards. So we'll go through and pick our favorite. So my favorite 5x7 is the Bella Rashlin Black Panther. What was yours, Sid?
I like. Wait, can I see it?
Yeah.
I like the Mysterio one. That one.
My
What's your right?
favorite was this one.
Ooh, the Magneto, yeah. You know, honestly, the Magneto will probably be my favorite if I wasn't such a big Bella Rashlin fan. So, there you go. That's our favorite 5x7s. Now, what about the multi-sketches here? What's your favorite multi-sketch?
They're so cool.
This one.
Okay.
Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham.
I'll pick a
It's
different one
either
then.
Spider-Ham or that one.
Or
I just think it's really unique.
Wait, is this the one that I really like?
The
Yes,
Quicksilver?
I really like this one.
So my favorite is probably going to be of the sketches. That's a tough one, man. You've got this one. And then you've got, I'm trying to find the, really like some of these. I think, you know, that was a really nice Shocker sketch.
Oh yeah, I really like this one too.
Yeah, the Shocker. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough between, you've got this one, you know, you've got, you know.
I know what my favorite is.
But, ooh, do I hit that? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with, it's a toss-up between this one and this one. I think I'm going to go with the Bella, though. That Phoenix is just amazing. But this is a very close number 2.
I really like this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a really nice one, too. And you get that on the
The
back
full
side.
body, I really like that one.
All right.
My favorite was this one.
Oh, yeah? Was this one? Okay.
Yeah, I just really like the color and the action of it.
Yeah.
All right. And did you guys have any favorites in your singles, or were there kind of so many
Yeah.
of them that you had to...
My favorite.
I've had a few favorites. I just don't know where they are at.
I know, there's so many of them. I mean, my favorite was easily the...
Ooh, I really liked this one. I don't know what about it, but I really just
Yeah.
liked it.
Moon Girl was my favorite.
Moon Girl was your favorite?
I mean, Doc McStuffins.
Doc McStuffins. Mine was that Venom and the Gareth Gainey Red Robin. Or sorry, Red Goblin.
Red Robin.
Red Robin. There we go.
Yum.
All right, so that's
I'm
the
surprised
sketches
you
for
didn't pick
everyone.
Tree Girl.
Squirrel Girl? Not Tree Girl.
Oh.
Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. So that's all the sketches we have for today, and a lot of sketches. So
Yeah.
thanks to my girls for playing along, and we'll catch you next time. All right, bye.